odd angle, sorry, but I wanted to give you a little small update. I'm doing laundry right now, folding laundry. This is mostly my boyfriend's laundry, but he's at work, so, and I'm still unemployed. Not necessarily unemployed, I'm still at my old job, but they're not opening back up yet. So I have had a lot of free time to do domestic things. Look at me. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, right now I'm only reading one book. Look at that. Surprise, surprise. You didn't know this about me. I tend to read a lot of stuff at the same time. A lot of it has to do with my ADHD. I don't really know how to keep my attention span going, so this is just how it happens. But I'm only reading one book right now. It's a romance. It's called Satan's Scholar, and it's written by Holly Trent. It is about a ex-professor and ex-student. He used to be a TA during one of her first year classes, and now that his contract has ended, he's moving back to Ireland to just continue teaching. But he's always thought about this student that he used to have, and of course she's of age, but the whole taboo of it being a teacher and a student is over now because they're both out of college. Like, she already graduated. He finally comes out and tries to, you know, establish some sort of rapport with her, but their, chemistry is so nice, and he basically just invites her to come to Ireland with him, and it's great. It's very romantic. The chemistry is really good, and I love how it's written. I love their banter. I'm genuinely rooting for them, and I really love to do that during a romance. If I'm not rooting for the characters, there's no point in me reading this. I want there to be romance, I'm a huge romance reader, which surprises some people. I don't know why it surprises some people. I am a hopeless romantic at heart. Actually, I know why it surprises. My Venus is in Virgo. That's why people are surprised that I am a hopeless romantic. But my kind of romance is definitely the kind of romance that builds up, but is also just warm and a little bit domestic. This is that kind of romance. There's not like very high stakes. It's more about seeing if these two people can work out together. I'm gonna keep laundrying, or whatever the word is. I actually don't know what happened to the audio of this video, but I'm just gonna add some. As you can see, I was watching Joel's booktube newbie tag, and if you haven't subscribed, then you should definitely do that. It'll be good for you and humanity. I'm still doing laundry in this video, and there's a pizza right there because I was eating lunch, of course. And this is the whole point of the video. That's pretzel. There we go. Light. Alright, so update on all the things I'm reading right now. Satan's Scholar, I'm approximately like 70% in. It's pretty good. It's a lot more slow burn than I expected, and I really thought that by this point there would have been at least one sex scene, but it's not happening yet. So I guess it's going to be one of those books where the sex scene is kind of like the last thing you get from the romance, and I'm not opposed to it. I just wish it wasn't like that. There's a lot of tension, and I just want them to bang it out, but I digress. I did start a new book. I wanted to read something in my physical TBR. I picked it up when I was packing up all the books for my move, and I decided that I was going to read The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I'm already reading this, but I am approximately 70 pages in, which is not too far in, but it is enough for me to know that this book and this trilogy is probably going to ruin me for a lot of future reads. It's like insanely good. I am a simple person. If you saw my tweets, I love anything that has to do with any type of gods or all-powerful beings, or anything that can kill you in an instant but doesn't, and that explores the humanity of everything. That's what I like, and this is it. This is it. I know there's an outfit change happening right now, and it's because I am filming this on a completely different day. But small synopsis of the book: it is a high fantasy novel, and it follows this young woman named Jane Dar, and she is an outcast from the barbaric north. Her and her mom had been outcasted from the Arameri family, which is like the ultimate power of this fictional country. But yeah, she's been out, her mom and her have been outcasted, and her mom suddenly mysteriously dies. After her death, Yang gets invited to this city called Sky, which is kind of like the capital. Her grandfather invites her back and declares her an heiress to the Arameri family. There are already two different heirs though, who are her cousins, and she is now put into this competition of who is going to be the next heir. Even though she never really wanted to be one, her grandfather has this grudge against her deceased mother, and no one really likes her there, which is kind of expected. She's been outcasted all her life. And now she's in this completely foreign country with people who don't like her, and she's trying to find out more about what her mother's role in this mysterious city was. And she gets help from very unlikely friends who are the gods that live in Sky. If you want to know a little bit more about the pantheon of the gods in this series, the gods, they're kind of just weapons that have been enslaved to anyone in the Arameri bloodline. You find out that the entire Arameri bloodline just lives in this city, and not only in the city, but in this palace that is raised way above the regular city. So anyone with any type of Arameri blood can control these gods, but obviously it is controlled based on how close to the bloodline you are. Since Jane is an immediate heir, she has complete control over these gods. The gods contact her, and instead of her just staying in the dark of what these gods really are, they kind of are becoming allies right now. And it's very interesting to see because this outcast from a completely different country, who knows nothing about her origins and about her role in the city, is now allied to its most powerful weapons. And we're about to find out what is going to happen because I have no clue yet. Update on Satan Scholar. I'm making lunch right now, so that's why I'm in the kitchen. But I finally got to the fucking sex scene, and I'm so excited and so happy that it happened.
But it was too short, so
now I'm back to tension and frustration. The book has been really good so far. It's not that it's a bad book. I just wish there was more sex in it. I actually do care about these characters. I think Carla is a phenomenal main character, and Grant is a super good love interest. But the book is definitely more about exploring grief, and I'm like not completely opposed to this. But I did start reading this book specifically because I wanted some hot banging, so I'm a little bit disappointed. But the book itself is good. I just realized I didn't really explain myself too well because I didn't really give you a lot of context about what Satan Scholar is about. So I did say it was an ex-professor, next-student romance. Well, Carla lost her father a few years ago, and she still hasn't really found her way in the world after that. She had to take a year off of school and has been really, really confused at what she wants to do with the rest of her life now that she's graduated. And Grant is moving to Ireland again because he got a teaching position there that is a lot better than the one that he had in America. And he has offered to help her with the research that she's doing to find out more about her father's roots in Ireland. She wants to do a family tree, a cohesive family tree of his father's, old relatives. And that's why she goes to Ireland with Grant, is that he offers her his assistance if she comes to Ireland with him for a week. And everything kind of just unfolds from there. She meets Grant's father, and Grant is trying his best to not seduce Carla, but make her realize that they could be really good together. And so far, not a lot of that has happened. I feel like Carla is very much in her head a lot, and it is affecting the pace of the story. But I think it is definitely intentional, and I appreciate it. I just thought it would be a little bit more steamy. But change the scenery, but I'm at my old apartment just picking up a few things and making sure that most of my shit is packed up. But I forgot to update y'all. But I also did start another book. It's called Open House by Ruby Lang, and it is the second book in a contemporary romance series, so I didn't feel I needed to read the first one first. Oh my god, you can see the reflection in my glasses and driving me crazy. But point is that I decided to pick it up for no reason, because this is who I am. I just see a book and I want it and I'm gonna read it. So I'm reading it right now, and I really like the dynamic of it. It's about this woman named Magda Ferrer, and she lives in New York, and she's trying to sell her uncle's Harlem townhouse that has been unsellable for the longest time. She's a realtor, and he gives her this townhouse to sell as kind of like a favor, but it's not really going well for her. And so her boss also asked her to check out this empty lot that is really not that empty, of course. It actually has become a community garden for the people who live around that area. And now she feels like a total villain, because now she's going to have to tell these people, especially most of them who are older and people of color, she's just going to have to come in and tell them that they're going to sell the land. So she kind of falls into this enemies to lovers dynamic with Tyson Yang, who is a gardener in there, a reluctant gardener who's been there since the beginning, absolutely loves all these old ladies, and is an absolute darling of a human being, because she has to do this for her job, but she doesn't want to. But Tyson is trying to get information for her to prevent this from happening, and banter and shenanigans are ensuing. So far, I think my favorite part of the story has definitely been meeting Magda and Tyson's family. So far, we met her mom, her sisters, some of her cousins, but she has the typical Latinx family, and I loved watching the whole interaction around them, because that's how it feels. It's like Magda feels, she's the youngest one, so she feels like an adult, but also very much infantilized by her own family, and I understand those feelings very, very intimately. Though I'm not the youngest, I am the oldest in my family, but it's just a Latino thing. Like, your parents never see you as adults, and neither do your siblings or your cousins. And Tyson, we've only met his sister, Jenny, who is, like, Jenny is hilarious. Her first few lines made me cackle out loud, but he has another family, like, kind of like a found family. The people from the garden, like these old ladies, look up to him for support and help, and he says he's not attached, but he absolutely is attached. He's such a puppy of a hero, and I am so excited to see how him and Magda are gonna get together. If you hear howling, it's because they're howling at the corgi, but this is Charlie. He asleep now. Him baby. I'm 90% in. It's a Seinen Scholar. I'm promising myself that I'm going to finish it. My least favorite trope just happened. 90% in. If you don't know my least favorite trope, it's pregnancies. Secret pregnancies. She's fucking pregnant. So, to give you a little bit of context, they did finally have sex, and then after that, she had an entire fucking mental breakdown, which I felt really bad for her. And then she leaves Ireland without telling Grant. And then it's like weeks after this, she's still in America, about to accept a new job, and she finds out she's fucking pregnant. So this baby's gonna bring them back together, and I am sick of this trope. I hate this trope. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. No! I want them to be together because they love each other, not because he fucking nutted. He nutted in her, and now they're carrying a baby. Why? Anyway, I'm gonna finish this. It just went down as another star. Why? It's not necessary. This trope literally makes me bonkers. Alright, so I finished Seinen Scholar, and I'm pretty sure this is the only book that I finished during this entire vlog. I am 20% into Open House, and I am 110 pages into the 100,000 Kingdoms. This is gonna be a thing. I will probably not finish all the books that I say I'm reading in every vlog. I have become a very slow reader with time, and also just with my ADHD, it hasn't really been very easy to finish things. But I did finish one book, and that is That is a success for me because I have not actually finished reading a book since like May 14th. So, yay for me. I did end up giving it 3 stars, which it was actually more of a 2.5. I had higher expectations for this romance. I didn't like that it included my least favorite trope. I really wanted a lot more smut in it. There was only one really short fade to black scene, and that was it. The ending felt really, really forced and also just went way too quick for me. But yeah, I finished a book, so that's great. I'm definitely going to finish the other 2 because I feel like it would be completely embarrassing not to, considering that I already told you that I started it and I don't want to be a clown. So I will probably be including more updates in the next reading vlog. Don't expect a bunch of new books every single reading vlog. I'm going to try and read what I say I'm reading, and vlogs are the way that I'm going to keep myself accountable. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit rambly, but I hope that it gave you a cool insight on my reading habits. They might not be like everyone else's, and I might not be the most voracious reader that I used to be, but I wanted to be honest about my process, and this is how it is. I'll see you guys next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll have another vlog by next week. Bye.